What's so good about it?
He didn't say good morning, he just said morning. Samaritan is an Amazon original release this year starring Rocky as Joe. I wasn't expecting much going into it, but after watching the movie, my opinions changed. It's pretty good. Jokes. It was a terrible movie. Please don't watch it. In fact, 6 was too high. In fact, I'd give it a 1 after rounding it up. In fact, the only good thing about the movie was a joke that I could almost smile at if I tried. In fact, the narrator opens up with Samaritan, everyone's favorite Samaritan, who was fighting Nemesis, his twin brother, who also happens to be his nemesis. Their parents were killed when they were children, and this had one of the brothers become a protector, and the other wanted everyone to suffer like his parents had. At some point in the future, they try to kill each other, and there's a big explosion, and both of them die. Or so we thought. Sounds interesting enough, but the way this was approached in the movie was so bad. You can't care for a character when your only introduction to them is that you're told that they had a tragic backstory and you're told that they were the biggest rivals ever. Even after completing the movie, I have no idea what the two actually did. The two have been fighting for at least 30 years. You'd think that they'd have left a big impact or shaped the world around them. Also, don't forget that these two are the only people on the planet with superpowers. All we know by the end of the movie is that Samaritan was good and Nemesis was bad. The villain in this movie is a thug named Cyrus, and he hates Samaritan and loves Nemesis. Why? Because he's a villain. Why else? His main goal is to blow up this electric generator in the city so that everyone loses electricity. Why? Because he's a villain. At some point they mention his love for Nemesis by saying that Nemesis looked out for the poor and Samaritan only helped the rich. They never go into this or even imply this through other events. It's just forced in to make Cyrus look complex and add layers to him. His only defining characteristic is his quirkiness and his shittier plan. Joe is Samaritan. He becomes friends with this kid who idolizes Samaritan and learns that Joe is in fact Samaritan after he displays his powers. Why has he retired then? Because he's not Samaritan. What? Ha! Pranked! He is in fact Nemesis, and he killed Samaritan during the explosion many years ago. Having avenged his parents after killing Samaritan, it was time he reflected upon his actions for the next 25 years. Cool twist. It just doesn't make sense that he realized that his actions were wrong after killing his brother. What about the hundreds of people you killed before? You already crossed that line a long time back. Oh well, why did you decide to retire and become a dumpster diver? It's so underwhelming. The script is so creatively challenged, nothing even makes sense. It's just pretentious shit banking on the fact that it has Sylvester Stallone in an action movie. Bad script, a boring villain, and a poorly written inner conflict. The only good thing about this movie is that it has Guilfoyle, 9 out of 10.
Wait a second, I thought the video was over. LMAO.
Samaritan is a really bad movie, objectively speaking, but I can see why someone might like it. After learning that he killed his brother, he reflected on his actions and has been spending the last 25 years of his life dumpster diving. Maybe he's been dumpster diving because he doesn't have any useful skills aside from being Nemesis. He could learn them, but he decides not to because he doesn't believe he can learn anything new and doesn't deserve to anyway. And this kind of character is someone that I can relate to. Something that I can relate enough to forgive the bad CGI or enjoy that CGI instead. Something that I can relate to enough to make fun of bad exposition while still loving the movie overall. The bad CGI makes it feel homemade. The acting is something you can laugh at and enjoy. The cheesy quips make it feel cool. Samaritan is a generic action movie, but if it can connect to someone with this, then I don't think it deserves to be called the worst superhero movie of 2022. Thank you for watching and let me know your opinions in the comment section. Like and subscribe if you feel like. Bye.